all of you that are here tonight. May the Lord bless you real good. We hope that you'll reach out. I looked over this building and I thought to myself, this shows people that are committed and that are not committed. You look around and you see all the people that were here this morning. These are Sunday morning people. They're not committed to God. They're just Sunday morning people who go to church and maybe I was invited or whatever, but they're not committed to God. That's why there's going to be very few who actually make it in, very few, because they don't have that fire. They don't have that excitement, that enthusiasm about God and who He is and what He can do for you. I am thankful for all that He has done, for His blessings. He continues to bless us again and again, and I am grateful for it. We're going to be preaching here tonight from the 3rd chapter of St. Mark. Father, we're grateful for all your blessings, for all that you've done. Nobody could bless us like you. Nobody could work miracles like you. Nobody can give us all that we need in our soul, in our lives every day, but you. You fulfill every part of us. Thank you for it tonight. I come against every oppressed and every depressed spirit in this building. And I bind the Okondalaboshai in the name of Jesus. I curse you now. I curse you in the name of Jesus. That you would loose your people. That you break the yoke. That you bind every spirit that's not like you tonight. I pray, God, that you would loose your people in their mind, in their spirit. I pray, God, that they will cast all their cares on you because you care for them. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for your power. Thank you for the anointing of God. Loose it today. Cause them to hear, to see, to deal with who they are. In the name of Jesus we pray. Amen and amen. Praise God for the victory. St. Mark, the 3rd chapter says, and he entered again into the synagogue, and there was a man there which had a withered hand. And they watched him whether he would heal him on the Sabbath day, that they might accuse him. And he said unto the man which had the withered hand, stand forth. And he said unto them, is it lawful to do good on the Sabbath day, or to do evil, to save life or to kill? But they held their peace. And when he had looked round about on them with anger, being grieved for the hardness of their hearts, he saith unto the man, stretch forth thine hand. And he stretched it out, and his hand was restored whole as the other. I want to preach to you a little while tonight. This man had a problem. He had an issue. And people, the world, are full of people with issues. Full of it. So, when he sees this man, I want you to understand that God says to his people, I want you to do something, and then I'm going to do it for you. Man is lazy by nature. He doesn't want to really put in any effort to do anything. He just kind of want a free ride. But when he looked at this man with a withered hand, first of all, he told him to stand up. Oh, that's a bad word for some people. And I say to a great extent, our workforce today have made people lazy. When they invented the computer, they actually invented laziness. Took it to a higher level. We don't know what it means to shovel no more, to pick up, to dig, to pull out, to tear down. We know how to pull up a chair and take a seat all day long. and push some buttons. Man's lazy. And the lazier they are, the more money they get paid. That's true. But now he's looking at this man that's got a problem and he says, get up. The first thing people want to know, why do I have to stand up? Because I said so. Stand forth. And while people stood on the sideline looking for a way to criticize Jesus, waiting to see, are you going to heal this man on the Sabbath? What difference does it make? Whether I heal you on the Sabbath or whether I heal you in the middle of the week, as long as the healing takes place. So now, as he looks at them, the scripture says, he looked on them with anger, being grieved for the hardness of their hearts. And he said unto the man, stretch forth thine hand. I want to make this point. If you don't know anything about a withered hand, it is impossible for you to stretch it forth. You cannot do it. I had my grandson look up some things for me. I wouldn't trade him for nothing. He's a smart kid. Ain't nothing worse than dumbness. Now, I said, look up for me, Kyle, and find me some information on the withered hand. It's called hand atrophy. It's a condition that causes the muscles of the hand to deteriorate and wither away. Also called muscle wasting. Hand atrophy leads the muscles to begin to lose their bulk and their strength. This in turn may cause a general decrease in the ability of the hand to move. Isn't there something with this body? Things can happen to it. You don't really know why. Why suddenly I can't move my hand? He said when the hand is immobile for an extended period of time, the muscles began to lose power and to lose size. These symptoms are indicative of hand atrophy. In addition to generalized weakness with visible shrinking of the muscles, hand atrophy can produce a distorted appearance of the hand and the fingers. The condition called claw hand is a product of long-standing atrophy, characterized by a compression of the hand with an exaggerated extension of the knuckles and bending of the fingers. Claw hand can severely limit the overall use of the hand, because we know if a hand's like this, you're going to be very limited in what you can do. We had a lady come to this church some years ago. She would come up in the prayer line to get prayed for, and her hand was all the way in this way. I said, you can stretch that out if you want to. I can't do it. You know what hurts us? We can't do it. You know what hurts us? We're too lazy to do it. You know what hurts us? No effort. At least try. At least try. It's amazing how much you can do just by the fact that you tried to do it. It is amazing. A wasting away of the muscles can also happen if there is a problem in the nerves. Nerves transmit signals which trigger muscles to contract or tighten. Nerve impairment can be the result of an injury or disease process. Diabetes, for example, can bring about nerve damage. This condition, which causes the nerves to become injured by exposure to excessively high blood sugar, is called diabetes neuropathy. I'll make a point here in just a minute, so hang on, get this information. Health conditions such as Guillain-Barré and ALS can trigger the deterioration of muscles all over the body, including the hand. thought to be caused by a virus. Guillain-Barré syndrome strikes the nerves, bringing about pain and symptoms, and in extreme cases, paralysis. This loss of movement increased the risk of a reduction in muscle tone or atrophy, especially in the hand. ALS, commonly referred to as Lou Gehrig's disease, is a progressive condition producing widespread muscle deterioration, which eventually spreads to include hand atrophy. This disease kills the nerves which control the contraction or movement of muscles throughout the body, where when enough nerve cells are destroyed, the entire body loses the ability to function. Boy, do you need God. Now, this brings a better light to the fact that this man, Jesus is saying to him to do something that is not possible. I told you stretch forth your hand. With a withered hand, you cannot. The muscles and the nerves in the hand and everything have become so damaged until it don't function. It turns into a claw. And that's the way it looks. So if you tell me to stretch it forth, how do I do that? But you know what? He didn't question it. He didn't say I can't. Now, he's been in this condition for a while. So he can't say, I can't do it. He said, stretch forth your hand. Number one, he stood up when he told him to stand up. Obedience brings about a lot. So I said, stand up. He stands up. Now stretch forth your hand. Effort is demanded on your part. I'm going to give you a miracle, but what are you willing to do? I need you to do something. I need you to contribute. I need you to make a decision that I'm going to do what I have to do to have a miracle from God. So, look at this. He says, Jesus says, stretch forth your hand, and he stretches it forth. I kind of wonder, was he surprised when he did this? I was surprised one time when I was preaching. I had injured my shoulder on the rotator cuff. And it won't let you work your arm. It limits you. And I asked the Lord, I know he can heal my arm. And when I know one thing, my arm was in the air. I hadn't done that, and I don't know when. And I said, hey, look at that. My arm's up. I hadn't been able to do that. All that time, from the time I heard it, I couldn't do it. That was shortly thereafter. From that time on, I continued to race it. You know why you continue to sit in the same place where you sit? Because you refuse to get up. You refuse to get better. You refuse to say, I'm not taking that no more. I'm changing that. We need to become really, really determined and make up in our minds, I'm going to do this. I don't care what the cost is. I'm going to do it. He didn't ask him to do much. He didn't ask for much. He says, first stand up. Now stretch forth your hand. He could have said, Lord, I have a withered hand, as if God couldn't see it. You have a withered hand. I just said stretch it forth. We ain't talking about it. It ain't open for discussion. Just stretch it out. And he immediately stretched it forth. Can you imagine the feeling of victory? The feeling that I can move my hand. It's no longer a clawed hand. See, spiritually speaking, you got a clawed hand. And it keeps you from functioning properly. But if you really want to be able to move in God and function the way he wants you to, you're going to have to stretch it forth. Because to stretch forth means I want to touch you. I'm going to touch you whatever it takes. Excuse me. But when I look at that, I'm thinking, Okay, he stretched it out and his hand was restored whole as the other. Now my hand looks just like this hand. Look at that. Can you imagine? I notice when you have babies, they're explorers. And as they begin to develop and to grow, you find them constantly finding out new things. It's amazing to watch them. I used to watch my babies when they found out they had a hand, but they didn't know what it was. And you'd find them like this. He cannot. He doesn't know, have a clue what this is. But he looks at it. And he keeps looking at it. And you'll go back another day, and he'll have his foot up in the air and holding his foot up. He's an explorer. We don't have any explorers. We don't have people in the realm of the spirit that want to explore. What is out there? Who is God? What is it that is so mighty about him? Who are you? I want to know. I don't want to just come to church for a little while. I want to know who he is. Who are you? What is it with you? Say, God, I still to this day continually explore. See, the more you explore something, the more you grow. Because you keep searching it out and looking at it and what is this? And you continue to push forward until you understand it. This man, I guarantee you that when he went home, he had to wake up in the middle of the night and say, whoa, this is awesome. It doesn't say how long he had been in this condition. But what you don't understand, it doesn't matter how long you've been there. It matters whether or not you want to come out. And it matters not whether or not you want to be better. Well, I want to be whole. I want to be the same. I want to be balanced in my life. I want everything to function right. That's important. So, then they said, look at him. Jesus withdrew himself from him. He did his job and went on about his way. There's always going to be somebody trying to find fault in how you do something. I don't care whether you like it or not. It's not important. It's not important. What's important is that I do what I need to do. And I'm under command. Once you get under command, you move in it. This is a command. This is not something I'm thinking about. This is an order from heaven. Say to me what to do. Put forth the effort. Quit talking about what you can't do. And I don't have it. And I don't hear. And I'm not there. Put forth an effort. I guarantee you we'd get a lot more if we just put forth an effort. We don't want to do that. An effort is a conscious exertion of power. It is hard work. It requires time sometimes. It's a serious attempt, something produced by exertion or trying. Did you try? Did you give it a try? No, I didn't try because I figured it wasn't going to work. Try it. You may find out that it works if you try it. You may find out you can change some things if you try it. You can make a difference in situations if you just tried and quit sitting around talking about, well, I didn't try it because I don't think it was going to work anyway. You know how many things and blessings pass you by simply because you said, I didn't think it would work. Did you try to see? Did you turn the knob to see if the door was open? Did you try knocking on the door? Even with a clawed hand, he could have knocked on the door. Come on. He may not be able to knock like this, but he could knock. He could do something. Come on, I was sitting around talking, if I could, you sorry joker. If I could, I would. See? To put forth an effort is the total work done to achieve a particular end. I got to keep pushing it. I got to fight. It's not going to be easy. You know what? We're a generation that looks for everything to be easy. That's why we don't get it done. How much, that's hard. Yeah. I was going to try, when I thought, that's hard. And it's life. Life is hard. It's difficult. Sometimes it just seems more than you can bear, but it's not. Is it hard? Yes, it's hard. Yes, it's hard. But you got to do it. Okay. Can you make it easier for me? The thing when we say, can you help me, is meaning, can you do this? I like to see if you could do it for me. I ain't doing jack for you, and God ain't either for what you can do for yourself. He did not raise that man's hand up. He did not pull it out. He said, you do it. So some blessings we're waiting on from God is about, are you willing to do what you have to do to get it? While you sit there and talk about what you like to have, and you wish God would do this, and you wish God would do that, and I sure wish he would work this out. Now, what can you do to work with God working it out? For the scripture says we're workers together with God. We're workers together. Make it easy. Causing or involving little difficulty or discomfort. I don't want to be uncomfortable. I don't want it to be difficult. Not difficult to endure or undergo. What's all involved? Because I'm a person that can't take a lot of pain. I've never taken a lot of pain. Easy is to free you from pain, annoyance, or anxiety. I don't want to be annoyed. I just leave. I left the job because they annoyed me. Well, then you're never going to work. Because there's going to always be somebody who's going to annoy you. There's always going to be somebody who antagonize you without a cause. There's going to always be somebody who disagree with you and how you proceed. Don't give a hoot. There's always going to be pain involved in delivery. If I'm able to deliver something that God has put in me, get ready for the pain. It is pain. Easy is applicable either to persons or things imposing tasks or to activity required by such tasks. An easy course. You know what? You go to college and pick every course that don't require much. You say, well, so why didn't you take this subject or that subject? Oh, my God, that's a difficult subject. Love the challenge. I love challenges. They make you grow. They make you strong. They somehow put wisdom in your mind and cause you to be able to comprehend, to see, to know what to do. But you have to go through some things to get there. We don't want to go through things to get there. We want to get there. We don't want to go through what we have to do to get there. Every year when I have to go on vacation, I dread it for the simple fact I despise airport crap that you have to go through just to finally get to the gate and take a seat. Take your shoes off. Take that out your thing. Lay it up on the thing. All these little things for nothing. I despise the fact that you stand in line with slow Annie. Know already what you should have brought and what you shouldn't have brought, and you're taking up time. You already know 3 ounces is it. Why did you bring 6? To this day, I don't shop in public. People work my nerves. I went a few times with my girls. They said, better hurry up because mama's going to be real edgy in a minute. So I'm thinking, do you want it or don't you, baby? Well, let me see. Well, and I'm sitting there thinking, I need to go home. So I don't go shopping in the malls no more. I do a little bit on vacation. It don't take me long. I say, yeah, I'm going to do a little shopping. Go in one store and say, y'all ready to go? I done went through the process of dealing with people indecisiveness. Standing there, why are you looking at something that costs $100 when you got 10? Let it go. Move on. There's no use of taking up time. Writing a check for $2.50 when you could just give them $2.50. You gotta sit there while they take your check through the process for $1. Stuff, it benerves me to no end. I stay home. I send people for what I need, and else I get on the computer and see if I can find it. If I can't, I call somebody and say, pull up this for me. It's quick. I don't run into salespeople that they hired for holiday season that ain't got a clue how to work a computer. Could you wait a minute? I'm new here. How did you get hired in the first place? So to avoid that, I don't like things that seemingly waste time. Let's get it done. Let's make a decision. What are you going to do? Make a decision. Indecisive people waste time. Whether I'm going to do it this way. I was wondering, I was just sitting here thinking, well, maybe this, maybe. We want things smooth, which stresses the absence of removal of difficulties. Just take away the difficult part. I don't want anything that's going to cause me any hardship or any obstacles to get in my way. I can do anything I want to do as long as I don't run into that. You're probably going to run into that. Keep going. Well, I quit my job because my boss, I can tell he doesn't like me. I don't have to have him like me. All I need from you is a check. You don't have to like me. You don't have to approve of me. I'm coming here for a check. My daughter said when she worked at Ford, she said they asked her, so, Yolanda, what is it that you can bring to the company? What? Tell us about yourself. Lisa said she thought there's nothing to tell about me. Really? I'm just here to get a little check. She didn't say that to them, but that was it. She was still at home. She didn't have no bills to pay. She'd get her check and go buy a new outfit. She didn't have to buy no food, didn't pay no rent, didn't do nothing. And every Monday, she did not go to work. Every Monday. And they got to the place that Ford said to her, see you Tuesday. She said, I don't feel like going in on Monday. We done had church. We've been in Sunday morning service, Sunday night service. I don't feel like going to work. So they accepted the fact. She's not coming in on Monday. See you, Yolanda. See you Tuesday. She didn't have nothing to push, no reason to work, to push hard. She had a roof over her head. She had food on the table. It was just going to be another dress or a pair of shoes, so it really didn't matter. If you fire me tomorrow, it really don't matter. Most people can't take that, can't do that. See? But make it smooth for me if you can. You know what easy chairs are? They are to make you lazy, lay back easy. Just lay back. Easy chair. Don't require nothing. We don't got to the place we have a button to push it back. I don't really want to have to. Um, where's the? You have to pull this knob. You have to do this and do what? Oh, I just want something I can push a button and say. Zzz. We like that. We like that. Easy. Easy going is a person that's relaxed and casual in stages in a certain style or manner. Easy going. I'm a laid back person. What you should say, I'm a lazy person. I'm looking for a place that is not going to cost me nothing. And I am here to tell you tonight, you'll get nothing from God unless it costs you something. And you need not even ask for it unless you're willing to invest in it and put something in it to have it. You're not going to have that. Before you get any blessing in your life, there's going to be effort demanded from God from you. You can have that. What are you willing to do? Surely I'll give you that. What are you willing to do? I just need you to walk down the street. At the end of this street, your blessing is there. I didn't walk down there because, my leg was hurting this morning. I didn't sleep last night. Always some excuse to keep from putting in the time that you need to put in. The past couple of weeks, I cannot tell you how much effort it took to get up from my bed and move to the chair because that cold was draining the life out of me. I can sit there all day long and make excuses why I can't move. Could y'all bring me a potted chair, please? Set it by the bed. I said to my kids, if I ever got to that position, go ahead, we'll talk to the Lord, said, out of here. It ain't going to happen. In spite of being so sick, I said, no, I got to move. I got to move, though. I got to get up and do some things. I have to. I'm tired. I even worked out one day, and they said, Mama, you shouldn't be working out. Your body's fighting this stuff. You shouldn't be working out. I know. And then I thought when they all leave, I could sneak and work out. At least for 30 minutes. No, you're not going to feel good. True. Absolutely true. But I thought, just sitting around. We have a drink that we drink every day. And it's called, what's it called, food? Superfood. It's like drinking grass and mud mixed together. But it is loaded with all every vitamin and mineral the body could possibly use is in that drink. And this was my feeling. Bring me that filth. I thought to myself, you're going to have to change that. Because you're making it more difficult by calling it filth. It's better you say, bring me my shake. We can identify with that, a milkshake. Except we know this is not. It looks gross. They put it in the blender, they bring it in with, they mix mine with vegetable juice because orange juice is too acidic for me. It causes me problems. So they mix mine in vegetable juice. And when they come in with it, I look like, it's like I'm real sad. And I look at it and I think, and Lisa said, Mom, you look like you're getting ready to cry. I said, I got to get this down. Somehow, I got to get this down. And I get that straw, And I suck it as fast as I can suck it because, whoa, whoa. You need something instantly to put in your mouth just to rinse it. Whoa! It's gross. But you know what I told myself? Quit despising it. Think about the good that it's doing you. Quit dreading it. Think about the good that's coming from it. I started changing that. I said, bring me my drink. They bring it in, I drink it down. I wasn't like, I had to change that. Because this is something I have to do. This is something I need to do. Physically, I need these vitamins and minerals in my body. I need that. So quit dreading it. The reason why we don't get things done in the realm of the spirit, we're dreading the process. What is the process? And then when you're told what the process is, you say, all of that? You're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. See? When they were questioning Jesus and Peter about their taxes, he didn't say, I ain't paying them. He didn't have any money. He said, Peter, go fishing. And when you go down there, the first fish you see, pull him up. This is effort. This is movement. This is movement, Larry McGee. Move. You just can't swag around for the rest of your life with no cotton picking job. Get a job. And before I got saved, he was talking to the world, said, get a job. Get a job. Any job is better than none. You know, I'm looking for a certain kind of job. Until I get what I want, I work something. I do something. Because I tell you, having 0 to 10 is a big difference. So, he said, go fishing. If when you get the fish, open his mouth. You said, them fish, that slippery, they keep slipping out your hand when you try to hold on to one. He told me to go out and open up, and every time I tried to hold the thing, it slipped out of my hand. So what am I supposed to do? I mean, I got to go back and tell Jesus, I did go down, and I found a fish, but every time I tried to hold on to him, it popped out of my hand. Is there any other place we can find some taxes? And that's just the way people are. Is there any other way to do it? Is there some other place I can go? Do it! He opened his mouth, and in the fish's mouth lies the tax money. What you're looking for from God, in the mouth lies your blessing. If you quit making excuses, if you quit saying what I can't do, if you quit saying, I don't know if that's going to work, try it. You don't know if it's going to work if you never tried it. Try to see. It might bring you some things you never dreamed if you're willing to try it. So I got a new toothpaste that I bought, and it's very good for healing periodontal disease, which gets into the pockets of the gums of your teeth. And it's a process. All the time, I don't want to do it. I have to make a decision. Either your teeth are going to be in a bowl grinning at you, or you're going to use this stuff. You'll go through the process. So this toothpaste is a steel gray. It's like soft concrete. That's not like my Mentadent. It tastes good. This doesn't taste good. But I make it a point every morning to brush my teeth with that toothpaste. And then she said if you use the water pick rolls, it really does help. And I just hate leaning over the sink, water running all down and stuff. So I learned how to shut my mouth, hold my water in, and then when I get full enough, then spit it out. It's simple. Find a plan. Find how it works for you. So I do that. Then it's got a mouthwash that you have to keep in your mouth for 30 seconds. You get rid of that. You go over to the water pick. Now, this is a process here. Because usually it's, I'm done. No, not so. So I go over to the other sink and I do my water pick, and you got to go around every tooth, go down into that where those pockets are. And I thought, I can't wait to go back to Dr. Winkler and let him say, what did you do? Because they're not going to be there. And so, but the process, don't particularly like it. Too much time. Takes up, I'm spending a good 10 minutes or more there. Then I take my little floss stick and I put it into a thing that helps to kill bacteria, germs, and I take the time to go through every tooth. Now, I'll be able to have my teeth until the Lord takes me home. Or else I can put the stuff over there and come in here and say, I love y'all, everything. There's nothing like your own teeth. You can buy you some teeth, but it ain't like your own. So I don't want to cluck around. And when I bite into an apple, I have to wait to be sure I don't leave the teeth in it. But what have I got to do? I got to put forth an effort to work on this. Because it came from the dentist I used to go to that never did the proper cleaning. Therefore, it caused me to have a periodontal issue when I went to the dentist every 6 months. He said, Rose, the people that cleaned your teeth did never clean them deep enough. They should have went down deeper. And this is the reason you have this problem. So what do I do? Do I sit around and say, do my teeth? Right? Now I'm going to lose all my teeth. You lose them if you're not willing to put forth an effort to try to save them. Try to save them. No, ain't nothing worse than you see people that look good till they smile. Whoa. Something over here every now and then. No. Teeth has a lot to do with what kind of smile you have. And I'm a public person. I just can't get up here. I can't do it. So what is it going to require? Effort. I don't want to do it, but I'm going to. It's time consuming, and I'm always seem to be short on time. But this is about my teeth. You want to keep yours or what? Take the time. It may take 10 more minutes in the bathroom, 15 more minutes, but go ahead. See what you have left. I want to be able to smile with people and you not see gums and see gums instead of teeth. Nothing looks worse than that. That's a baby thing. Babies grin with no teeth. And we say, ain't that the cutest thing? An adult, you start seeing you grinning with gums, that's not attractive. Where's your teeth? And dental work is very expensive. That's why a lot of people don't have any teeth. They are very expensive, but you got to say, okay, what kind of sacrifice can I make to take care of this? So you're not stinking up everybody you talk to and smile at from a bunch of rotten teeth. I had an auntie that had all across here. Every teeth in the front was half tooth and a brown edge on them. I thought, just don't smile. Just talk like this. But if you want to get it right, what are you willing to do for it? So I ain't spending that kind of time. Then become toothless then. That's your decision. I'm going to do what I have to do. Listen to this. There's a lot of people that he healed, but not without effort. A lot of them. And when That's the one I just finished. He said, okay, the healing of the palsy. The man that had the palsy, 4 people bore him because he couldn't bring himself. What did they do? They couldn't get in through the door. It was too many people. Too many people. Where am I? It says, when Jesus, it came to pass on a certain day, as he was teaching, that there were Pharisees and doctors of the law sitting by, which were come out of every town of Galilee and Judea and Jerusalem, and the power of the Lord was present to heal them. And behold, men brought in a bed a man which was taken with a palsy, and they sought means to bring him in, to lay him before him. And when they could not find by what way they might bring him in because of the multitude, they went upon the housetop, and they let him down through the tiling with his couch into the midst before Jesus. And when he saw their faith, he said unto him, man, thy sins are forgiven thee. And the scribes and the Pharisees began to reason, saying, who is this which speaketh blasphemies? Who can forgive sins but God alone? But when Jesus perceived their thoughts, he answering said unto them, what reason ye in your hearts? Whether it's easier to say thy sins be forgiven thee, or son, rise up and walk. But that ye may know that the Son of Man hath power upon earth to forgive sins, he said unto the sick of the palsy, I say unto thee, arise, get up. Take up your couch. I can pick up that couch by myself. Take up your couch and go to your house. These people, when they went there, we don't like things that seem like we got to tear down some things to get through it. We can't get in through the door. There's too many people here. We can't do it. What do? We tear the roof off the building. That's radical. You know what you say? Because somebody says, well, man, why don't we tear the roof off the building? Man, you done lost your mind. We don't tear no roof off the building. This ain't our building. We get arrested for destroying somebody's property. I hate excuses. I hate the word I can't do it. But there's a reason. You want to hear a reason? No, I don't. No, I don't. I want to hear one thing. How you going to make it happen? So now, we tear the roof off, and we take his couch that he's on, and we let it down right in front of Jesus. And he looks up and he says, man, thy sins are forgiven you. You talking about breaking the line? They broke the line. All these people lined up to be healed, and they literally tear off the roof and bring him down right in front of Jesus right here. Now, I don't care what you say. That took effort. You was not going to go up there and pull up a tile. Man, this tile, they nailed this in. What kind of glue did they use on? Man, I tried to pull that, and it still won't come up. Man, can you come over here and give me a, what's wrong with it? And he comes up and says, too lazy to do it. Want somebody to pull it up for you. Show you the reason why I can't get mine up. Mine's coming up. What's wrong with yours? No effort. No real fight. No real push. I got to do it in spite of it. And when he saw their faith, the scribes and the Pharisees said, look at this. Jesus wasn't concerned about what they said. He said, now tell you what you do. He said, arise, get up. Take up your couch that you're laying on and go into your house. Moving. Faith that's not in action presents nothing. Moving. I want you to get up off the couch. You want somebody to say, I ain't talking in tongues over you. Get up. Wukoroba Sunday. Tinebo Sunday. Get up. Start walking. Walk in your faith. Walk in the fact you believe God will do it. Get up. Ooh, glory be to God. Get up. Pick up your couch. Now go home. He didn't say, Lord, if I pick up my couch, that means that then I'm going to be healed. I'm going to pause it. Get up. We don't have to hold a conversation. We don't have to debate it. Get up. Pick it up. Shut up. Talking a bunch of crap. He want me to pick up my couch, y'all. The 4 men that brought, he want me to pick up, will y'all help me? You know, people asking for help they can do themselves. I help you if you can't help you. But after that, get up. Arise. Shed your issues. Go through a shaking process. So I ain't carrying this mess no more. Yes. And then go on home. And shout all the way home. And shout after you get there. Thanking God for what he did. You ain't got time to be playing no games, honey. We ain't got time for discussion. Just go on. Get it done. You got some instruction? Do it. Forget it. I had to go the other day to get my driver's license renewed. I didn't even know they expired. Somebody drives me everywhere I go. And then my military ID card, it was expired. I said, you know what that means? I should be expired. Everything's expiring. I don't go nowhere. I stay home. Every day. I love it. I love it. Go nowhere. Pray, read, study the word, and just enjoy my quiet, beautiful life. Me and God. And when I have to go out in the world, I'm like this. He said, Mama, you go up here and get your driver's license. I'm just like this. Because my life is so this. I almost said, I ain't going to drive no more till I die anyway, forget it. I thought, no, because if one day I call somebody and they say, well, Mama, so-and-so's over here, this person's over there. Well, can you wait for... I thought, no, get your license, girl, because you'll be mad at somebody. That's why I got my license. Just in case. See? I don't have to drive, but I'm going to be in a position where if I need to, I can. See? But when I go out into the world, I don't realize how close my life is until I go out anywhere. Right? Everything is nerve-wracking. There's a lot of noise. It's a noisy world. Don't care no more. Again, I made an appointment at the ID place to go in to get my ID card, and it was so nice to walk right in. Or usually you're sitting with a stupid number, and you know. But this time I just walked in and said, I had an appointment, praise God. And I sit there for a minute with the guy, and we small talked, and I said, could you give me a ID card that lasts till I die? Said, I can't do that. We can give you one for 5 years. And then after that 5 years, you'll come back for 5 more years. I said, I'll be dead. He looked like it bothered him that I said that. I said, I'll be dead. I won't be back. He said, well, you want to look at it like that. I said, of course I do. You don't understand. 5 years from now, I'll be how old? 74. 74. You want me to come back again? And if I go back again, I'll be 79. I don't want to. And I told him, I said, well, you won't see me the second time. And he's sitting there troubled with his this woman's talking about dying. This, baby, I'm getting ready to hang it up. I'm tired of ID cards and driver's license and makeup. I just want to let it all hang out. By the time you get my age, it says it don't really matter. Don't really matter. Grab your hair, put a rubber band around it, put a scarf around your head, call it a day. That's the good thing with me and the Lord. I don't have to put on makeup. He knows what I look like. Come to church, here we go. Woo! Just tired. It's just all this stuff. Give me something. You want this, Mom? I don't care. Give me that. You want this necklace? Don't matter. Give it to me. I'm on my way out of here. See, when you get to heaven, there ain't no workout. There ain't no green superfood. None of that crap going on. But do you know what? That does not deter me from doing my job and taking the time to counsel with people again and again and again and organize things that we got to do and set this in motion and that in motion. I never stop taking care of business. I got to take care of business, hopefully from the couch, but if I can't, then I got to move on. Sad. What are you looking for from God? I'm looking for a blessing. He says, I need you to spend some time with me in prayer. How long? How long you talking about? Some time. Oh, what is it, hour or two? Lord, after that, ain't nothing else to say. I don't know what to do. You know, oh, come on. Do you want a blessing or don't you? Do you want it or don't you? So, Peter is saying, we've been fishing all night long. This is his profession. He knows how to fish. And we have caught nothing. We have done everything that I've been trained to do, but I have no fish. And Jesus said, I tell you what you do. Launch out. Go further out into the deep. Go further out. Further out. You know what people say? Oh, Jesus, you ain't never been no fisherman. You know, I've been out here all night long. He's telling me to go out there. I've been in the deep. But you ain't been in the deep he called you to. Where did he want you to go? Where does he want you to go? So, he says, go out into the deep and let down your net. It's going to require you to get the nets and throw them over the side of the ship, over the side of the boat, and you're going to get some fish. And he said, we done told all night that's not going to happen. Yep, upon his word, yes, it will. And Simon answering said unto him, Master, we've toiled all the night, and we've taken nothing. Nevertheless, at your word, since you said it, we'll go ahead and do it. But we ain't caught nothing. Ain't no fish biting out here. We've been here all night long. You know why you don't get a blessing? You ain't willing to do all night and all day. Whatever it takes. I keep pushing. I keep pushing no matter what. I keep pushing. Simon, and when they had this done, they enclosed a great multitude of fishes, and their net brake. How is that? It required them to do it again. Toil. Throw out the net again. Go further out than you were before. You know what you say? I've been in the deep. Go further. Fast longer. I've been 10 days. Do 20. I've been 20. Do 30. If you didn't get it on 10, you didn't get it on 20, do 30. Well, I'm never going to have it then. That's about it right there. You know, I really, in my heart, I really wanted God to do this for me. But you know what, girl? When I got to thinking about them 30 days, I said, Lord, you know, I just want to get in the kingdom. There ain't nothing big going on. Keep launching out. Keep doing more. Keep pushing. pushing. Quit complaining about, I can't push no more. Push. That's what my daughter said when she was having her baby. The doctor said, push. Come on, one more push. Just one more push and it'll be here. And she says, I can't. I'm thinking, if you want that baby out, you better give it that last push. You know what? It'd be surprised how much push is left in you. I don't care if you're tired. Push. One more push, I'll give it to you. She said, I can't. I said, I thought I told you didn't need to get pregnant anyway. I can't. I'm up in the bed thinking, how to just give it one more push. I want to just get it out. And finally she said, ah! Poop! Here come Kyle flying in the air. Doctor had to catch him. One more push. One more push for you, and your blessing is right there. One more push. I done put out thank you. I pray. I done everything I know to do. I've been doing this for months. Did it come yet? No. Keep it up. Keep going after it. Keep pushing it. Don't make excuses how tired you are that you can't push. Push! Come on, you can do it. I used to be having my babies. We didn't have birthing rooms as they have now. We had wards. So they take you down in this particular section of the hospital. It was called the labor rooms. And you may have 3 rooms on this side, 3 rooms on that side, or maybe 4. And all you hear, oh God, Lord, oh my God, somebody help. That whole ward is nothing but a moaning ward. Agony and pain, crying and weeping, screaming and yelling. And if you wasn't scared, you are getting ready to be scared. All this noise, all down, all. I lay there and thought to myself, boy, this is tearing me up. My back is killing me. Because I never had pains in my stomach. I always had the lower back. I don't know what was the problem. So doctor, can I get on my side? Let me get on my side. On my side. Get on my side for a minute. No, you can't get on your side. Got to get on my side. My back is killing me. Let me get on the side. Mother, you can't turn over. I got to turn over. Rub my back, please. Rub my back. Just rub my back. I didn't believe it was a lot of screaming and hollering. I always thought that was so tacky. But when they said to me, Mother, the baby is right here. All you got to do is push. I didn't worry about no pain in my back. I ain't worried about Jack. I gave that a push. I thought, baby, if this push going to do the job, you're out of here. You're out of here. It's a done deal. It's over. Here you go. Here you go. Can't take it. Can't take it. Finish it. Some things that you're waiting on from God, it's just a matter of finishing it. Finish what you started. Don't get right there at the verge of the blessing and still don't get it. Right there, right here. Right here. Get it. I need to. Sometimes it's just a run. Sometimes it's a holler. Sometimes it's just one more shout. One more hill to climb. One more valley I got to go through, leaving my troubles behind. One more curve in life's road. Just maybe one more mile to go. Then I can lay down this heavy load and then go home. Just one more mile, one more preaching, one more song to sing, one more prayer to pray, one more time to hit the devil and get a knockout. One more time to stand up and say, for God I'll live, for God I'll die. One more time to declare it is mine. It's mine. I don't care how many times it didn't work. Try it again. It'll work. It'll work. I tell the people in the Just Cause all the time, I don't care what you did before, try it again. Timing. Do it again. Push it. Get the energy to push it. So I got to push this. Why? Because this is about somebody's life. Would I like to have a nap? Yeah, I may not get one. Would I like to do this? I may not have that. Push. And if you push on anything hard enough, it's going to give in. It's going to break down. It's not going to last. It can't keep resisting you. You keep resisting, saying, no, I'm going to take it. Fight. Hard work brings great rewards. The slowful get nothing. Talk it all you want to. You know, I look at brother so-and-so in church and I think to myself, boy, I wish I can't get up off your rump. Get up off your rump. Stand up. Move your feet. Ooh, glory to God. I got to do what I got to do. Make it happen. My son said to me, I said, Mama, stay home. Please rest. I said, I ain't staying home. I got to see you. I miss you. You're so tired. It's okay. I'll make it. Get up. Out to bed. Go in the room. Get ready. I can sit back and say, you know, right, son. You know, I'm so tired. I hate whining. You got somebody help me. Somebody just have a hand. I'm just asking for a hand. They ask for a hand. They asking for the whole thing. Just a little bit, just a push, a little push. Get up. Stand tall. I'm going to die strong. Fighting. Gonna come a time I'm going to throw my last punch. And I ain't going out unless I knock him out. I refuse to die with a whine. Stand up and talk about it. You can't do it. Yeah, you understand? Whispering. Talk. You got to get mad with the devil and you got to get loud. I told the devil, he's lying. I can't talk like he used to. You know, he's lying. Shoot, today working, baby. You got to get mad. Something about getting mad gives you strength. I got to fight this. I got to win. I didn't come this far not to win. You got to win. What do? Anything I have to do. Every person in this building tonight is asking God for something with your lazy, good-for-nothing, trifling tail. There ain't a person on that pew ain't saying, I said, Lord, would you please? If you just do this, God, if you just do that. He said, you do it. You do it. I just want just one more time. If you just let me wake up in the morning and I promise you I just shut up. Go ahead. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get the job done. Get what you want from God because you're going to wake up one day and it's going to be too late. Get the job done. Remember him, the days of thy youth, when thy evil days come down on the years drawn now, when I should say, I have no pleasure in you. And you came around here trembling. Ain't nothing worse as you get older and without any control. No. That book is going to have to sit still or I'm going to tie a rubber band around it. Stay still. I used to wonder, why are your hands shaking? The Lord is good. There's nothing he can't do for you. If you believe it. You trust it. So, I think you, as a person, determine how you're going to exit. What am I going to get in the process? What am I going to do until I exit? Because there's some things to be done until that time. Musicians, until then, my heart will go on singing. Oh, until then, with joy I'll carry on. Until the day mine eyes behold that city. Until the day God calls me home. Oh, until then, my heart will go on singing. Oh, until then,
with joy I carry on until the day mine eyes behold that city.
Until the day God calls, he calls me home. Oh, until then, hallelujah, my heart will go on singing. Oh,
until then, with joy
I'll carry on. Until the day mine eyes behold that city. Until the day God calls, he calls home. Oh, until then, my heart will go on singing. Oh, until then,
with joy
I'll carry on. Until the day my eyes behold that city. Until the day
God calls me home.
If you somebody who knows Marcus, call him tonight. The Lord said this morning, he's in the valley of decision, and he has no business there. The decision should have been made. Tell him the Lord said, if he don't commit, if he don't humble himself, I will cut him off. Be sure he gets the message tonight, because it could happen by daybreak. Until the day
mine eyes behold that city.
Until the day God calls me home. Tell him he can't run after no woman. Oh, until then, my heart will go on singing. Oh, until then, with joy I'll carry on.
Until the day mine eyes behold that city.
Until the day
God calls me home.
Lift your hands to Jesus. Father, we thank you tonight. I glorify you. I worship you. Shaddai. Thank you for the victory. Thank you for the anointing of God. Thank you for your presence. Until the day God calls me home.